name is my name, same winner company. So it's basically where, you know, I'm going to be really just kind of a local company here, not much span. So, but it's been good.
Sabrina?
I struggled a long time with my name. Once I decided to start my company, I struggled a long time. I didn't want it. I wanted something cute. I think my friend Jennifer Cooley works with you.
Yeah, she does on social media.
Her name's J. Cooley. Business name. I mean, how cool is that? Well, that's
Literally
what I would.
cool.
And so I. Sabrina Alexander is not that flashy. It's special. It's not red smoker. It's not. You know. So it was at least a month. I worked really hard on my name trying to come up with something, and got some advice, and several people finally said, you know what, you are work. Bring it. You got to stamp your name on it. So people are looking to work with you directly. So.
We should have themed the coffee chat that you are your brand.
Yeah, I like to add a little bit of what she said too. So when I was starting mine, I went through about 40 different names. They were not my name. I didn't want to have my name associated with it at all. And everybody in our industry, the real estate business, kept saying you got to use your name, you got to use Winter, Associates, or saying you got to use something because that's normal in real estate business. So I tried not to use it and ended up using it, which I think has been a benefit at the same time. You know, it's your name, and so it's sometimes you know people reference the company and you can't take anything personal because it's the brand they're talking about, per se, whether it's positive or negative. So that's something that's been a challenge, but it's been good. But you know, definitely think that through because once you commit, you spend all this time and money and resources marketing yourself, branding yourself that way. It's a big decision if you try to change it.
You know, I was thinking about like if you would have just went with Winter, I wondered how that would have worked in the South. Oh, winter is coming! Mind blown! That's the next. See, this is why I love this. We need to start writing on a dry erase board. We've got a whole new marketing scheme here. Winter is coming. All right, you're gonna hack up a line here, but Carlisha, Hartzog Consulting. I know you've got Urbane, and it's kind of not carrying your name, but Hartzog Consulting. How has that been for you?
I think like everybody else says, you know, it has its pros and its cons. You know, there's certain things that I may want to say that I know if I do, my mother would just, you know, have my head off, right? You know, so you think about those things. Ironically, it's funny, now I'm kind of delving into something else, and my name is nowhere associated with it on purpose. And we kind of did it that way because I'm interested to see, like, you know, I just want to put the work behind it, and nobody even knows that I'm, you know, that I'm present, and it will stay that way, you know, forever possibly. But it is something to consider. To me, that was the most difficult thing. Period. The logo, you know, the web design, you know, what colors, all these other things came second. But the name was the most difficult, even for Urbane. It was the most difficult thing. I mean, it's just difficult. It was the most difficult thing ever.
I just need to file these terms, definitely.
I really did.
And now, Cindy, you've got a very interesting situation because Bodies by Cindy, you don't own it anymore. So there's even that piece of what does it look like to have your name on something and then to sell it?
I sold it. They own Bodies by Cindy, the name now. It's crazy. So yeah, I have a lot to add to this. You know, I was young when I started the business, and I didn't put a whole lot of thought process into it. It was a blessing because people knew my before story, and they knew Bodies by Cindy. Oh yeah, she has RA. She was really overweight.
Will you say what RA is?
Rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. And so it helped me grow the business because they knew my name. But in the same sense, I mean, we all start businesses to one day retire and get out of it, and you know, it may be another road down the, you know, another direction on the road that we want to change, and we're not thinking about that at the beginning. So, you know, you have to think anytime that you start a company, what is my exit strategy? And at the time that I started Bodies by Cindy, I didn't really have one. I thought I'd always be Bodies by Cindy.
Sure.
And so with Socialize Your Business, I'm with you. When I started it, no one knew it was me. And then as people started finding out, those relationships that I grew with Bodies by Cindy rolled over into that company, which has been a blessing. But at the same sense, probably my most awkward moment is being in the gym, locker room, showering naked, and somebody says, "Oh, your Bodies by Cindy." So, you know, you don't have a lot of privacy.
It's funny that you say that because Carlisha and I, we were joking around about kind of those awkward moments when you're carrying the name of your company. We were talking about this the other day, and you were where?
I was in Chipotle. Like, if it hasn't happened to you, it will at some point. But I'm literally in Chipotle, like, doing my thing, and somebody says, first of all, they say my name correctly. They're like, oh, Carlisha, you're back in town. I know no one in here, right? So I turn around and I say, hey, how are you? Because you are the brand. Hey, how are you? Hey, good to see you. I've been following you on Instagram. You can go, You can go.
She's she's calling you now. We are live streaming, so be careful.
You can go nowhere. You know, like, really? So FYI, I put it on, what is it, the moon on my phone and my watch. Apple, we need to talk about this. So, in actuality, like, you can really go, you go nowhere. You know, there is no rock that you hide underneath, except for maybe when you're home, but you soon become, you are Bodies by Cindy. 10 years from now, she's Bodies by Cindy. I know she's Socialize Your Business, but she's still Bodies by Cindy. So, you know, that distinction never really, I don't know if it ever really fades away. Once you brand it that well, I mean, maybe you can say, I've done a heck of a job, you know.
You're always on.
They
You
know
know, you
you're
always have to
always
be on.
on.
Always have to be on.
Always.
I think that's a real challenge that a lot of people deal with. It's that sense of work-life balance. How do you deal with that? Each of you have family that you're very close with, that you spend a lot of time with, that you're cultivating, that you're growing, and you've got people that are important to you. How do you find work-life balance? Because I know I regularly get a scolding from my wife. And she says, you need to stop thinking about that. And I'm like, but I can't. So how do you guys deal with it? Well, let's go with Sabrina. We'll start down here with you. How do you?
Could be why I've been working from home this summer. It's like kids were home with me this summer. So I'm working from a home office. But it is challenging to try to have a work-life balance, but I don't really think there's really a real balance. Like, you've got to just kind of take control of what you can. And what I've learned is people can't see my intentions. Like, I intend to do all these cool, fun things with my family and kids while they're home for the summer, but I have work to do. And, you know, I might intend to do this really cool thing for a client, but until I actually take action and do it, they're not going to know what my intentions were. So I have learned to kind of step back on some of the promises of things that I want to do and what I intend to do, and actually do and promise what I can actually act on. So I've had to scale back to try, because I want to do everything.
Yeah.
I want to do it all, but, you know, fortunately I'm not organized in the gym bathroom. I'm not that far.
And Cindy, you shared, and I know again recently, those long days. You know, what's the point? And even is work-life balance even a legitimate concept in a world that's, you know, we can always be contacted here or here, or somebody's tweeting you, or somebody's seeing you in Chipotle because I followed you on Instagram and I know that you're back in town because you were out of town. You know, how do you find that? Is that a cautionary tale for entrepreneurs?
Everybody goes to marriage counseling. That's where I found mine.
Yeah.
No, honestly, we found ourselves, because we didn't have balance for all those years, and we found ourselves not, you know, my husband and I worked together, and we found ourselves so far apart because it was just been work, and I'm all or nothing. I want to do it all, and it's hard for me to lay it down. But one thing that we've learned over the past few months is don't put a number on it, like, okay, I'm going to work 60% of the time and family life is going to be 40%. It's going to come in spurts, and that's what our counselor told us. She was like, you know, just give each other some grace period. Know that it's a really busy time. When you are together, put your phone to the side and just be in the moment, if it's 5 minutes or if it's an hour. So that's what I've really been focused on, and I feel better. I feel more controlled, you know, and especially like the gym. I mean, you know, in January, I found myself 60 pounds heavier than what I am right now, because for the past 2 years growing Socialize Your Business, I would sit behind the computer 19 hours a day. Oh my God, I got to get it all done. You got to invest in yourself. And so if it takes waking up 30 minutes earlier, or maybe staying up 30 minutes later just to have some me time, you know, so that's where I've been finding my balance.
Yeah, that's a big deal. me time. That's an important thing. A lot of times we're drained because we're out doing for others. We're out, whether it's our teams that we're leading or it's the clients that we're working with. We do expend a lot of energy. And at some point, there's the law of diminishing returns. And trying to work when you've got nothing left in the tank just means your work's going to suck.